Change is in the air. The leaves are switching colors, the wind is pushing them off of their branches, and they're painting the sidewalks with their temporarily bright hues. And even with all of this color around me, the film stocks I keep reaching for are black and white. For me, the shift in seasons always comes with internal shifts too. Life takes on a different pace, a different undertone, and inevitably, my photographs and the process to make them do too. I've come to really love black and white immensely over the past few years. I've noticed that I gravitate towards it when documenting the more important times in my personal life because I know for sure that the photos will remain timeless later on when I inevitably look back at them. I know that no matter what, I will love these images in 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, just as much as I do today. When I scour my archives, the images that pull me in the most are in grayscale, for whatever reason. So I keep loading black and white, over and over and over again. It's really no coincidence that some of the photographers I admire the absolute most shot a lot of black and white. The historical greats of film photography had no choice but to. So I often flip through these books and I spend a lot of time on the pages like the ones you're seeing here. I'm repeatedly amazed at how simplistic and yet very complex a monochrome image can be. I've always felt that a black and white image has a really special way of showing you who the photographer is more than anything else. Part of what draws me to shoot it is how it brings me back to the basics of photography, composition, and light. There are no beautiful tones of a sunset to rely on to make your photograph good. Another aspect of this that I adore is that the images always end up being more about the memory, about the feeling in the moment, rather than about the scene itself. Over the last couple years, as I've come to really understand film after so much experimenting, I've repeatedly wrestled with this pull inside to shoot solely black and white film for an entire year. Every time I get that nudge inside, it either feels too crazy or too daunting. I come up with excuse after excuse as to why I shouldn't or can't do it. But the nudge keeps coming back. Its strongest pulls are whenever I get black and white scans back. There's never been a monochrome roll I've shot that I don't absolutely gush over. So this time, I'm not stuffing this urge down and ignoring it. I'm taking it head on and committing to 365 days of shooting exclusively black and white film for personal work. So this is the first video in a series that will last for the next year about this journey I'm finally embarking on. One of the goals amongst many with this project is to come out of this with the images for my very first photo book, which is something I've been wanting to make for years. It's hard to comprehend how many vibrant scenes I'll come across in the next year as the seasons go by and as I travel different places that I'll have to document void of their color. But that is okay. That's what this is about. I'm not doing it because it sounds easy. It's actually quite the opposite. I'm doing it because limitation can ultimately be the most liberating creative tool of all. So here goes nothing. I hope you follow along.